Congratulations. You made it to another day. Praise Yahweh. Hallelujah. Life is so precious. Okay. I changed it a little bit, but let me just say that I was looking at an article or something that was just sitting on the algorithms. I don't know if it was YouTube or Twitter, and because I mostly follow Clarissa Shields, and when I was watching her, her success and building with other celebrities. Clarissa Shields. Let me just explain that first. Who she is? Clarissa Goat Shields is one of the ones that won the Olympics. She was in the Olympics. She won the gold. And so as boxing, she's a boxer. So for those who don't know. And she's been doing her thing pretty well. She seems down to earth kind of person. She's not typical celebrity, And anyway, and then I just seen her, and she was dating. For those who don't know, she's dating Papoose, which was married to Remy Ma, the rapper. Papoose, he's a rapper himself. I think he was like an underground rapper. Then he started running with Busta Rhymes, and then he has his own. He's done several things in between there. But I was looking at them, and I saw him. I don't know if they were going to the Grammy Awards or something like that. They were going to some form of event, like the Grammys, something to that extent. So I'm not 100% on where they were going. But he came into her room where she was getting prepped up, and he handed her a bag of McDonald's and some coffee. And I said, she smiled and she was like, hey. But, keep in mind, these are celebrities, you know what I mean? And I know you said, okay, big deal. Well, to me, it's kind of odd when I see celebrities, to me, do similar or regular things to us. But it just shows that they're down to earth to me. But the question I was wondering is, would you allow, even though the guy you're dating or your man hand you some McDonald's? Now keep in mind, they have, they may be rushing. I don't know what the circumstances, situation that was taking place here. She might have been like, I'm hungry. Whatever they got going on here, I don't want. I don't know. I didn't ask her. And, I'm just saying, like, you could reach out to them on Twitter and so forth. Sometimes she does lives on YouTube where you could say, so what's the McDonald's thing about? I never did ask her on that. I just kind of saw that and said, that is so strange because, most celebrities, that's a no to them. That's like oh my gosh, McDonald's? We don't do McDonald's. And so I was wondering how the public feel. I probably should have came on a little earlier, but you catch the recap. How would you feel if you're a woman and your man is a rapper and he hands you some McDonald's? Are you good? Because after he handed her the McDonald's, he gave her that kiss, like, I just wonder what some of the ladies would be okay with that. And how would the fellows feel? Are you good with giving your celebrity girlfriend, ladies, a McDonald's? You know, I was just asking that because it was just one of the strange, to me, it was one of the odd things that I've seen on social media. And he just handed her, I didn't show where he kissed her right after he handed her food, So it might have been a last minute thing. And of course, my opinion, it doesn't matter. That's between them and him. Now, the history of this is that Papoose did used to be married. They filed their divorce. She repeatedly says this over and over again. They filed their divorce. And from what I understand, Clarissa and Papoose used to be friends beforehand. So they knew each other before they've gotten together. So, how would I say, like I said, if it's just like, whatever's going on here, yeah, is that the closest thing around? Okay, run me some McDonald's. I'll be good with that, but on a first date, because these guys we all know they've been together for quite some time. So, would I be good? Yes, I would be good because we've already been together. This isn't the first date. I already know that if it is Papoose, he's already set and together. So yeah, I would be good. That's not a first date. And I work there, so if I work at McDonald's, I'm more than likely not want to see that on my first date. I work there. I can get that for free. Or a discounted rate. So that will work for me. So I'm just saying, if it's your very first date, of you getting to know someone, what have you, to me, it's a no. But, y'all been together for a while. Yeah, it's no problem to me. You know what I mean? Because the whole goal of dating someone and going out that very first date is everything right there. It's everything. It's what you're trying to figure out. We're not online. We're not talking on the phone. We're face to face. We're talking, and we're trying to build a connection. We're trying to see if we're compatible. Could this be a goal? Could this be something that we can carry on even further? Well, that's what I be thinking. You know what I mean? So, when you're having your first date, no, you're not doing the McDonald's, of course. But he was handing her something and saying, "Ha, I got you." So that's sweet. It just shows to me that they're down to earth. But me, you might have to run to Burger King because I see that every day. I see that every day. So, I mean, that's upon you. And you simply don't have to rely on my opinion, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, be wise when you're first having your date. You're not going that low. Never go that low. I mean, if you're a teenager or something, you good. But, if it's just a quick pick-me-up, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. And that's it. Shout out to Clarissa Shields and Papoose, if you listen. I don't know. But other than that, I'm not throwing no shade to none of them. How they live it, they live it. How they like it, they like it. And I know people give her shade because of the Remy Ma situation and saying that she's, breaking up someone's home or whatnot. And they've been separated.